be a surprise.
Yes, the dog.
Come out of that.
I'm your nephew.
How are you? Oh, don't fiddle about. That's no good. Leave it to me. I'll get it out of him.
Ah! Don't you do that to me?
And don't you talk like that to me. Remember, I'm your uncle. Hold that.
Not at all. I'm only too glad to pay what the job's worth.
Well, I don't see anything against it. I'll call in tomorrow about 11 o'clock. And afterward...
I'll settle with you when you've done the job.
Of course, if the Arsenal lose to Birmingham on Saturday, I shan't be so pleased.
Arsenal? I don't follow.
No, I know you don't follow Arsenal, but they're a good bet, believe me. Don't forget, I filled in about 10 coupons. Stands me in at about 15 bob. So I'd better...
Why? I know him. What were you doing up there? Who is he? Well, he's from the fruitery next door. I know him all right, but...
What happened? I was showing Ted the back of the screen with the loudspeakers. Wasn't that all right?
Hope I didn't hurt you. You never know, you know.
Well, Mr. Belloc, no harm done, I hope. I must be getting back to shave the old apple tree. Sorry. Good night, all. Good night.
That is Detective Sergeant Spencer of Scotland Yard.
But who's he after?
They're having us on.
But what are we going to do about it? But he's connected with the fruit store next door, I tell you.
Spencer got me my last stretch, the one I'm unlicensed from now. What are we going to do about it?
One thing. This job is off. Out. Finished. We go quick from here and scatter.
And keep scattered. And if he comes here again, tell him we don't know where we live. Say we've gone abroad. Anything you like.
Yesterday, at Simpson's, when you had lunch with that fellow.
Was it Ted, you mean?
I remember what he said to you. Did he ask you any questions about yourself? About me?
None that I can think of. Why?
Because he's a detective from Scotland Yard. That's why. Spying on us. On me. Through you.
But why should he? What is there to find out?
I'm all right. It must be one of those fellows who came here tonight.
But you said he was spying on you.
No, not on me. This place, I meant.
But if he has anything against anybody, why didn't he come straight to you? You'd help him. I'll talk to Mr. Detective Ted.
No, I'll speak to him myself.
I've been clean all day.
Hello, Governor.
Where's Ted?
It's gone.
Has he gone to Scotland Yard?
Sorry, Mr. Verloc. Of course, I didn't like the idea, but I couldn't refuse. See, it was official.
But why? What's wrong? Did they say what it was about?
Not so far as I know. You must have been showing some funny sort of films, I dare say. You know, perhaps a bit too hot.
Was he there? Post.
I was trying to get hold of him since first thing this morning. Wasn't there anybody there to answer?
No. Well, it's too late to stop him now. He's gone out with an order.
All right.
All right.
An old man just left this. I thought he must have made a mistake.
No, that's all right. It's only a pair of birds for Stevie. I was just phoning about it.
You're terribly good to him.
Not to you?
If you're good to him, you're good to me. You know that.
Yes, I know.
What made you think of it?
Oh, someone made the suggestion. Go and call him, will you?
What are you doing up there? There's a surprise for you inside.
What is it?
Go and see.
There was no one on the door. Forgive me for busting in like this.
We're getting used to it. I'm afraid we've nothing showing at this early hour.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Verloc, but I'm here on business.
Same business as last night,
Mrs. Verloc, there's nothing personal in all this.
isn't there? You had us fooled all right. Trying to make Stevie and me think you were a friend.
Do you think I enjoyed it?
Then why did...
Listen, I asked to be taken off this job this morning. You can guess why. But it's not as easy as that. My job you have to do as you're told.
Well, what have you been told? It was about the men who came here last night. My husband had nothing to do with it. You better realize that. They came here on business about the cinema.
That's just it. You've no idea what their business was.
Whatever it was, I'm sure my husband hasn't done anything wrong.
I hope you're right.
Why do you say it like that?
Because we believe there's something going on here connected with sabotage.
Sabotage?
That blackout the other night, you remember?
Well, my husband hasn't anything to do with sabotage.
He told me that night he'd been in all the evening. That wasn't true. I saw him come back with my own eyes.
I don't believe it.
You're making things very difficult for me. I'm afraid I've got to ask you a lot of questions. Now, about those men.
I've told you before, he's the most harmless person in the whole world. He wouldn't do anything to...
Did these men arrive together or one by one? Did you recognize any of them? Quite certain that you didn't know one of them by sight? You seem to know their way.
Stevie!
They're beauties. Which one's the hen?
You'll have to wait till one of them lays an egg.
Wouldn't it fool everybody if one day the gent laid an egg? Gosh, wouldn't that be funny?
You're right. By the way, has that two-reeler gone over to the Canterbury yet?
Well, there's plenty of time.
I was just wondering. Maybe you could take it along now. Because there's another little job I want doing at the same time. You know, kill two birds with one stone.
Not my birds.
No, they'll be here when you come back. No, it's that projector gadget wants seeing to. Harris out at Watford says he'll do it cheaper than they will in town. But he can't come right over here and fetch it. So what we do is this. You leave it in the cloakroom at Piccadilly Circus. And Harris picks it up at 1:30.
But can you get it without the ticket?
Oh, that's all right. You leave the ticket with the man. Harris knows him. We've done this before. You'll better get along now.
Well, there's no hurry.
You'll have to walk all the way.
Walk? What for?
You know you can't take film tints in public vehicles.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
You needn't tell your sister that you are going as far as Piccadilly. You know what she is. Always thinking you are going to get run over.
Oh, she needn't worry.
Heads I wash, tails I don't. Tails it is.
For God's sake, why don't you go? I mean, hurry up. You might be late. Don't forget it's got to be there by 1:30 at the latest.
Hello, Steve. What do you got there?
We're taking a two-wheeler over to the Canterbury.
Bartholomew the Strangler. That sounds a juicy one. Have you seen it?
14 times.
Must be quite a wrench parting from it. Well, so long, Bartholomew.
So long. Careful of the crossings. I can look after myself, can't I?
Oh, Steve. Is Mr. Verloc in?
Yes, I just left him.
I'm afraid I've had to impose on you, Mr. Verloc. But I couldn't afford to let you in on this. Now I can put my cards on the table. I come here to ask for your help. Nothing more.
I see.
About those men who were here the other night, when I dropped in myself. I've been instructed to get a little information about them. We'd be very grateful if you'd help us.
Well, any help I can give him, of course.
About yourself, Mr. Verloc, when did you first come to this country?
Can I get you a drink or something?
Not now, thanks.
Well, I've got to think now. Let's see.
Perhaps it would be better if you put it down on paper. Just a formality. Could you find a pen and ink? We could start right away, you know. I, Carl Anton Verloc.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah, young boys
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you a question. What did it cause his teeth to fall out?
Why, it comes on the jaw.
The process of decay, inevitable in all human organisms. But decay can be arrested, instantaneously arrested. And by what?
Copper.
Yes, exactly. But if I may say so, by rather more than one copper, by a few coppers. I have here in my hand a tube of that remarkable preparation, salvodont, derived from two Greek words, salvo no more and dont toothache. 6pence the small tube and a shilling for the large tube containing 4 times as much. Now, let me give you just a little demonstration. Now, if somebody... Ah, I see you're the young gentleman who I'm sure will be happy to assist me.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. Come on, bung him up. All right. In the chair, sir, if you don't mind.
But
Allow me to relieve you of the toffee, eh?
It isn't toffee, I
Oh, all right. Stay where you are. Don't get excited. Now then, here we are. The first thing to do is to take the tube in the left hand and remove the cap, like so. Then we pick up the toothbrush and we squeeze some of the salvodont along the bristles, like so. Then I want you to observe, ladies and gentlemen, that the young gentleman's teeth are very dirty.
They're not.
Yes, they are. Now, come along, open your mouth. That's a good boy. Now, we now proceed to use the brush. Now, with the ordinary commercial dentifrices, what happens? It is either too gritty and takes all the enamel off, or it ain't, and it don't take nothing off. But with salvodont, that's the happy medium. Neither too strong nor too weak. It performs the functions that nature forgot. It cleanses the teeth, refreshes the mouth, and removes all traces of halitosis.
Ali, what?
Bad breath to you, sir.
Same to you.
Thank you, I don't need it. Come on, here you are now. Relax, honey. Don't be afraid. There you are. Good now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you will observe that I have, unfortunately, disarranged the young gentleman's hair. But that is easily attended to. Now, I have here a bottle of Losswell, a shilling for that size, but I have large size, 4 times the size, which is only 18 pence. I will now give you a demonstration of how it's used. Put it on the air like that, you see? It's a remarkable stuff. It is guaranteed to give the appearance of patent leather to the human flesh. You are now groomed to stardom, as they say. Go on, buzz off your little basket. Go on. There you are, ladies and gentlemen. Has anyone seen any other gentlemen? Send her over the Lord Mayor's show. 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 Hey, where are you going? Go on, back to your place. Go on, go on.
Go on, son. Get right back.
Here they come.
Do you think you'll get to the Piccadilly Circus by 1:30?
Yes, 1:30 in the morning. You want to meet a young lady there? Here, you can't bring those there in a public vehicle. They're films, ain't they?
Yes.
Then they're flammable. Go on, off, big boy.
But I've got to get to Piccadilly. Can't I leave him out here on the platform or somewhere?
Oh, it's Bartholomew the Strangler. Oh, what is it, you, Bartholomew, old fella? You can stay. As long as you promise not to say about me or any of the passengers.
Thank you.
Well, now everything seems to be all right. Will you have your drink after all?
No, thanks.
Come in.
Oh, excuse me. Will you ring up Whitehall 1212?
May I use your phone? Put me through to Superintendent Talbot, please. Spencer here, sir. A whole busload of people have been blown up in the West End.
How awful.
What time?
Why'd you ask?
Well, after all, I can't be in two places at the same time, can I?
I suppose not. I may be back later on.
Cut on to anything?
I'm not sure.
Well, make up your mind. What is it, anyway? Bartholomew something. Well, that's a film tin, isn't it? I thought you said Verloc hadn't been out since this morning.
He hadn't.
Well, you'd best go back there and see if that's one of their films.
You want me, sir?
Yes, yes. You'd better join Hollington at the bird shop.
Yes, sir.
Don't go inside. Just keep your eyes open.
I will, sir.
All right, Spencer. Cut off.
Is that anything to do with it, Mr. Spencer?
Bartholomew the String.
That's a film tin, isn't it?
No. Sardines.
The news big bomb sensation. Alex, the news big bomb sensation.
He's all right. He can take care of himself. You've got nothing to worry about.
Big bomb sensation.
Give me a pen.
Alex, the news big bomb sensation. Alex, the news light X, the news big bomb sensation. Alex, the news light X, the news big bomb sensation. Big bomb sensation. Alex, the news light X.
Come on, keep back. Get out of the way. Come on.
Give us a minute. Please go away.
I want Mr. Verloc. I want to see Mr. Verloc.
I didn't mean any harm to come to the boy. Come on. You've got to think of tomorrow. You'll need all your wits about you if they get on to me. You might answer a fellow. Do be reasonable. What would it have been if you had lost me? That swine in the aquarium. Silly, jeering, dangerous brute with no more sense than... You didn't know. Quite right, too. I'm not the chap to worry a woman that's fond of me. You have no business to know. You'll have to pull yourself together, my girl. What's done can't be undone. You go to bed now. What you want is a good cry. I know how you feel. Do you think it doesn't touch me? Do you think I fixed it so that he'd be killed? No. But I tell you who did. Your Scotland Yard friend from next door, Ted. Blame him. I'd have carried the thing myself, but he was hanging around watching, spying. I couldn't get away. Listen. It's done now. And there's the future. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps if we had a kid of our own.
Everything's stitched up. Young Stevie ain't in, but I've laid for him. I'm getting along now.
Robin. Kills Cock Robin. Kills Cock Robin. Who got him with a shot and put him on the spot?
Pull yourself together a bit. That's better. Never green. Why can't that woman cook green stuff any better? Surely she's been long enough here to know how fond I am of that sort of thing. I don't think I want any cabbage. Couldn't we send next door for some?
Heads out!
Stevie. Stevie.
You've heard.
Yes.
I'm terribly sorry. I don't know what to say. You know why I'm here.
Yes.
I'll have to arrest him.
Yes.
I'll help him if I can, of course. For your sake, if not for his. I'd do anything for you. You know that, don't you?
It's very good of you, Ted. There isn't anything you can do for either of us.
Things aren't as bad as that. The evidence is against him, I admit. But nothing's going to happen to you. I know this isn't a very good time to tell you. I shouldn't tell you at all, I suppose. But before I take him along, I want you to know that what happens to you means a lot to me. I didn't want to tell you how I felt about you, but there it is.